Hope you guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah, yes, Chola.
Yes, Chola.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, go ahead,
Thanks,
Anandi.
Chola. Yeah, thanks, Chola. So, hi team. So today we are going to see about the payment gateway integration with Salesforce. Next. Yeah, next, Chola. Next. Yeah, so today's agenda is first we start with introduction. So after that we will give full detail about Elavon payment and what all the integration methods are available. So after that we will show how we can integrate with the Salesforce, and after that we have demo. Finally, we have a Q&A session. So next. So please stop me if you have any questions or need any clarification. So don't hesitate to stop us. Okay. Today we are going to see the most interesting topic, like how to integrate payment gateway with the Salesforce. So here are the few third-party payment gateways like Elavon, JBilling, and Chargent. So today we are going to see about the Elavon payment. It is mainly focused on the solution for e-commerce, card present and card not present payments, and also it ensures the secure capabilities, like without authorization token we are not able to access the payment gateway, so it's more secure. And also it reduces the data breaches. So data breaches nothing but the data can be shared or viewed by someone without any permission. So it's it also reduces the data breaches. And we have a good Elavon support engineers, so they will give enough guidance to implement the payment process, and they will support throughout the payment journey. So this is the overall about the Elavon payment. So in the Elavon payment, we have one of the APIs called Converge API. So the Converge application is a secure and server-based system, and also that support the real-time authorization and the settlement transaction processing. And also the Converge API is the point of sale application, like a website, software application, or shopping cart like that. And also it acts as the interfaces between the Converge payment gateway to process the cards like our credit card, debit card, e-card, any card with this Converge API. So starting our integration, so we need some demo account for that. So for that, we need to request a Elavon support team. They will create the demo account for us. So for that, we need to provide some details to them. So like our company name or primary contact name, contact details, email address. So what is our market segment like that. So following information we need to provide to the support team. Okay. So after that, they will create a demo account for us. Once they set up the demo account, they will send the email that contains all the informations like our demo URL and demo login credentials. Along with, they will provide the account ID, user ID, password, and PIN. So these all information for the integration purpose. Maybe Chola will show on the integration process. Once we received all the details, after that, we need to determine the integration method. So which option we need to select. So in the Converge API, they will providing some integration methods like the hosted payment. So under the hosted payment, we have hosted payment page, Lightbox, Checkout JS, and XML API. So these are the integration methods are available in the Converge API. So in our project, we successfully implemented by using the hosted payment page with Salesforce integration. So now we are going to see about how the hosted payment page will work. So the hosted payment page provides a template that helps us to create a modern, customized, and responsive checkout page. And also here we can add our business logo or color scheme anything we can change in the payment page. Because it is very simple to use and implement. So this method is very user friendly, and also it's very secure because without authorization payment, and also it supports the ADA compliance. The ADA compliance is the short for Americans with Disabilities Act standards for accessible design, and it is mostly for the disabled people. So disabled peoples also can access this hosted payment page, and also they are handling the um, sensitive information very carefully, the hosted payment page. So right, and also they are very comfortable with collecting the payment information from the customer very easy. So without touching our server, they are processing our the payment data. So these are the key hosted payment page. Is anyone have any questions or any clarification? Okay. So yeah, let me share my screen and show how the demo account will work.
Yeah, hi Anti. So do we have any documents related to this one so that we can refer?
Yeah, yes, we have. They are providing some the document for
Mm-hmm.
the integration. Yeah, we will have.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I think can all of them can see my screen.
Yeah, yes, Samanthi.
Okay, so once we are logged account, the UI will be look like this. So here, this is the account ID. So once we provide all our company details, they are creating the demo account, right? So at the time they will provide the account ID. So this is the account ID, and under this account, they are creating the terminals. So here, these are the terminals we have. So only the single account we can create 4 terminals under the single account. So the terminal is nothing but we can connect this terminal with our sandbox. So like we have a demo sandbox. Consider we have a demo sandbox, then we can connect with this demo terminal. So once we request to support team, they are creating the terminal. So based on our need, they will create the terminals. So once they are creating the terminal, at the time they are providing that pin. Based on the pin only, we can connect the sandbox to the terminal. Chola will explain how we can connect that terminal with the sandbox, and we can create only 4 terminals under this account. If you want to, and if you want to switch this demo this terminal with some possible, like if you have any UAT sandboxes, then you need to connect with this demo terminal, then we need to connect this demo terminal pin with that UAT sandbox. But at the time we need to, at the time we can connect one terminal with one sandboxes. One to many it's not possible. So one to one, it's a concept of this Converge API. So these are the terminals we have for our project. So currently I am in demo terminal. So we have a lot of options available here. So under this payment, so this is the overall details of the payment we did in our project. So we can see what are all the payments we did. All this information we can see here. And we are going to settings. So in the settings, we can also see the terminal list. We can see the terminal list, and we can see the all the information here. So after that, we have the hosted payment option. So we need to go hosted payment. Here we are going to select the home and the hosted payment page. Click setup. So once we click setup, the payment page UI will be look like this. So we can customize this page based on our need. So like we have the options like a cancel payment. So if you want to cancel the payment at the time of the payment, we can click the cancel payment. So we can customize all those information here. We can see one by one. So in this order summary, so we can select what are all the fields we need to show in the order section. So these all the fields are provided by Converge API. So these are the standard fields. We can select which field we need to show in the order section. And we have the payment option, like what are all the payments we are doing, like credit card, gift card, check, like that. So we can select the options here. So under the billing address, we can select what are all the fields we need to show in the billing address section. We can select, then those fields are available in that section. It's similar to the shipping address, also similar to the billing address. And if you want to add your company logo, then we can add here. If you want to change the theme, we can change the color themes here. So if you want to check out, if you want to rename the button label, then we can able to change here. And also we can add the header text, footer text, all those information we can add here. So once we are clicking the cancel payment, right? So at the time where we have to redirect. So now we are in third party side. So once we click the cancel payment, whether we are going to redirect to any community page or the sandboxes, so we need to give the URL here. So it's nothing but we need to create the site URL in our sandbox for the redirection. So Chola will explain how it works. So these are the changes in the payment page. So once we done all our changes and save, so we have the option like a preview. So once we click preview, the UI will be look like this. Because the amount field, so it will be appear. So after that, if you are clicking the checkout, it will redirect to the response page. So the response page, so under the response page, we have approval page, decline page, and redirect URL. So these are the options are available. So the approval page is nothing but the summary of our payment. So once we click checkout, after that it will redirect to the approval page. We need to enter our card details and the address details. After that, we have to click complete. So once we click complete, the payment will get succeed. So here we are not able to use our live cards. So Elavon payment providing some test cards. So we can use the test card for the testing purpose. We are not able to use our live cards here. Once we are in production, at the time only we can use our live cards. So this is the testing environment, right? So we can use only the test cards. Here also we can customize our page here. So if you want to change that complete text, you can change. So once you click the payment gets succeeded. So after that, where we have to redirect, right? So at the time we need to give the URL here. So and also they were providing the preview. So once we are entering all the details, the UI will be look like this. All the information will be available. So if you are entering any wrong details, so if you are giving any card detail is wrong, or if you are trying to give any live cards, so at the time the payment will get declined in the testing environment. So if you want to customize the decline page, this option is also available. You can change the text, or you can give any custom message, or if you want to change the button text, so all those informations are available. We can preview the changes also. Once you are entering the invalid details, the payment will get declined. So these are all the options are available in posted payment page. Does anyone have any questions?
So Ananti, so can we add our custom information over there, like first name, last name, if I want any extra
Yeah,
details, so that can I customize?
and yeah, we have the options like the payment fields, right? So here we
Mm-hmm.
can create our custom fields.
Okay.
So here we can customize our pages like this is the order section, this is the billing address and shipping address. Okay. So if you
Mm-hmm.
want this, these are the required field, right? So if you are editing this field, this is the standard field. This is the prefix is SSL underscore. This is the standard field. We can customize this fields here. So if you want to add any new field, this option is also available. You can add
Mm-hmm.
a field here. Maybe this is if
Okay.
you want to add a text or a drop down, which section we need to show, we can give.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to show where we can check this checkboxes. It may be required, or if you want to show and receipt, or which option we want, so we can add here. So based on your need, we can create a field, or if you want to create any new section, so this option is also available. You can create a new section also.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all the options are available in payment fields.
Okay. So you were showing me some payment records, right? So can we sync those records in Salesforce also? So when we are doing the payments, it will create the records in this Converge, right, API. So can
Yeah.
we sync those records to Salesforce? So
Sync means we can create some custom objects in our Salesforce. So once we are
mm-hmm.
completing the payment, right? So at the time
Yeah.
we can send some details from this Converge API to
Mm-hmm.
our Salesforce. So at the time we need to update our records. Maybe Chola will explain how it's
Okay.
work. Okay, so
Okay.
this is the overall UI about the Converge API. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Chola will
Okay.
continue the integration part.
Mhm. And just one more question. So you
Yeah,
told, right, we can't use the live credit cards, right,
yeah,
in Dev and UAT. So if
yes.
I want to use in UAT, not in directly in production, I want to try for live card in
No, live
UAT.
cards are not
Not possible.
possible in, yeah, not possible in testing environment. Only the production only we can use the live cards. So they are providing some test
Mm-hmm.
card details, so we can use that for testing purpose.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Chola will continue for the integration process.
Chola, you are talking in mute, I think so.
Chola, I think you are in mute.
Sorry for that. So, yeah, thanks for letting me know that. Thanks, Anandi. Thanks for the detailed explanation about the Elavon payment gateway, as well as an explanation on how we can easily configure the payment page in our demo account. Thanks for that. So let me start with how to set up the Salesforce account for the payment integration. So here I have list of some of the prerequisites that needs to be done before doing integration for other system. So those are, we need to register our domain. So to use a Salesforce site with or without our custom domains, we first need to register the Salesforce site domain. Our company information, our company Salesforce site domain is used for all the site that we will be creating, right? And then the next step will, we need to set up the Salesforce site. We need to create a site that helps us to directly integrate with our Salesforce organization without requiring a user to log in with a username and password. Then the next one will be, we need to add an endpoint URL to the remote site setting. Endpoint URL will be getting those details from the Elavon support teams once we request the demo account from them. So as you all know, before any Apex call out or to the external system using the HTTP request, so that site need to be registered in remote site setting, right? So to do this, we need to create the remote site setting. To create that, from the setup, we can search for the remote site setting. There we could able to see the new buttons to create the one. By clicking the new button, we can provide some details like site name and site URL. Here the site URL is nothing but the endpoint URL that we got from the Elavon while we are requesting for the demo account. So once clicking the save button, we could be able to include our endpoint URL to the remote site setting. Then the next step is we need to get the authorization token to start our payment. So to get the authorization token, we need to send the HTTP request to the endpoint URL provided by the Elavon support team. So that we are already added in the remote site setting, right? So we need that endpoint URL to send the request. So along with this URL, we'll be sending some more information like user ID, merchant ID, PIN, transaction type, amount, and unique key to get the authorization tokens. Though the unique key is nothing but, so we need to generate the unique key for each of the payment transaction. For example, for if we have one particular payment record, we need to generate some unique key, a random number for this particular payments to identify for which record we are requesting and for which we need to update the response that we got from the payment gateway, right? So for that, we need some unique key that need to be passed as the parameter in the endpoint. So here I have attached the screenshot for how the endpoint should look like. So since it is configurable and different for different environment, we have handled it in the custom metadata. Just we have a endpoint URL in this file, and we will concatenating all the details like merchant ID, user ID, PIN, transaction type, amount. Here the description is nothing but this field we are using it as a unique key for them. So we'll build the endpoint URL based on this information, and we'll send the HTTP request to get the authorization token from the external system. Once able to get the authorization token in the HTTP response, the next step will be we need to build the navigation link to the payment gateway page. This is nothing but the hosted payment page where we'll be actually doing our payment. So to hit that payment gateway page, we need to build the return URL. So this should be this will be formatted as in the screenshot, like the return URL must be the return URL. That will be also the information we got from the Elavon team. When we are requesting for account, they will send all the URL related stuffs like endpoint URL, return URL. All those information will be provided for us through the email. So we can use that return URL along with the authorization token. So this we got from the earlier callout. So once we got a response from the callout, we could be able to get the authorization token parameter from that. So we need to add that parameter to this return URL, and finally we were able to navigate to the payment gateway using this one, whatever, maybe from an internal Salesforce or community page. So the next one is once we successfully navigate to the payment page where we could able to provide all our payment details, card details, and personal details. And once the payment got successful, obviously we need to capture all those information to our Salesforce account, right? So for this, we need to create a web service class. So to get the response from the Elavon, we need to create the web service. So we need to create an Apex class with address source annotation. The address source annotations be used to enable our Apex class to expose it as an REST resource. And then we need to create a host method in that class that will be invoked from the SOS gateway to send the response back to our Salesforce system. So once we got the response, in this, we can get all the parameters like whatever the approval code that we got on the transaction ID, access token, order ID, the unique key, and then code details, whatever information that we provided in the payment page, like company name, address, phone, email. So all those information is being get passed to the Salesforce system through this REST account. Any questions here? So if no, without any delay, we'll show the demo on how we'll be acting in the community portal. So we have created the community page that display the payment details like payment name, amount, type, some of the details in the payment record. So here I have included the record ID of the payment here to get the payment details in this particular community page. So as I already mentioned, this is to trigger the community page to our payment page. Once I hit this pay amount button, it will send, we will in the backend will be sending the call out to the external system to get the authorization token. So by getting this authorization token, we'll be generating the return URL that will actually navigate us to the payment hosted payment page. So now I'm going to hit this pay amount button. So you'll be able to see the payment page now, right? So in this URL, we can able to see the return URL, something that we will be having from the Elavon team. And this is an authorization token that we got from the Apex callout. So this page we have already seen while already showing the demo account. So all these pages are configurable. We can include or exclude some of the fields, whatever we need. We can completely configure this page. Once I click checkout button, I could able to navigate to the payment page where I can provide the payment details like credit card number and other details. Just now I'm using the test credit card. As already mentioned, if we use real cards, the payment will be got declined. So we're using the test card here. I'm providing some test data information. So this complete page is configurable. As mentioned by Anandi, we can include any fields. We can provide some validation for those fields. All those are available in the while we are configuring through the demo account terminals. Once I click submit payment button, so I could able to navigate to the response page where we can able to see the approval page here. So if the payment cost decline, we'll be seeing the decline page. Since it is a since we provided all the valid data to the payment page, we can able to see the approval page here. This page contains a summary of all the details like confirmations like payment type, what we have chosen, and payment credit card type and number, what we have provided. And also all the basic informations that we have provided in the payment page will be displayed here for confirmation. Once I click complete button, so as already I have shared, so through the web service clause, all those information will be passed to the Salesforce account, Salesforce organization, and we would get all those information provided in this page to be mapped to other custom records or other custom object records. Will be updating those information. For example, for this ID, since we have completed our payment, we could able to see the updated status as paid, unpayment method, unpaid date, and other informations like email and phone number. So whatever information that we provided in that payment page will got updated to our inside Salesforce system through that web service class. So we'll be showing all those details what we have provided in the payment page here. Hope you have enjoyed the demo. Anyone having any questions here?
So this is we saw the demo for the site, right? So how we can invoke through